So, welcome to the COG Academy Week 3. Yes, this is Week 3, Game 1, Day 1. Over here on the blue team, we're going to be having Dicey. We're going to be playing on the Arachne in the jungle. It's going to be so very Arachniac. Kronos being played by Ancestra in the solo lane. Actually, yes, and then Bakasura is going to be doing what? Or is it Kronos ADC? Excuse me.
Kronos
Zanny
ADC,
going to be solo. Bakasura, Rain on the Athena in the support role, and Hikumari is actually going solo. So Baka mid, or they're just checking around. We'll find out. We will find out. Heavy hammer on Bakasura, so he's got to be doing solo. Not gonna take a heavy hammer in the mid lane. That'd be silly. There goes Zonkwe.
There by Dicey on the right hand side already about the speed camp. I think he went to place a ward. He might be in trouble as the web is out and Arachne is just on him. Quarter HP on him right now. Arachne has to back up as that will just end that. He'll be able to go back to base though and still get back on time. So the red team consists of McSherbert on the Hoonbots, Rebe on the ADC, Shablanke, Shadow Wolfie will be playing Sobek. I believe that's going to be in the solo lane. Deridia will be playing Sylvanas support, and Hawaiian Boy on that Giannis mid for the red team.
Oh boy, it's gonna be so exciting.
Some craziness coming out on the right hand side. Arachne's ready for two webs down by the speed camp, not letting Hoonbots get that at speed. They're definitely looking for this invade on this speed camp right here.
Baka looking to zone them out. He's going to try and eat that as soon as it gets within the threshold of Edie time. Oh, but the Hand of the Gods is used. Arachne does use hers. They're going to now turn their attention on over to Hoonbats, and he is going to be forced to run away, and he will make it.
Kind of surprised he was able to make that Bakasura with heavy hammer, not the the hits in to really slow him down. But lost speed camp, not a big deal. They'll just have to get over but play safe in the solo lane as McSherbert's already pretty low and had to use his health pot.
Yeah, it's going to be the normal. Oh, pause by Rebe. Might have a little lag issues going on here.
It's what happens when you do it live.
Yep. It's what happens when you do it live. What happened over here on the Rebe side of things? What is she doing? She's like, oh my god, there's a Kronos. What do I do about this? I don't know. I just want to play Jablanc. That's all I want to do. I just want to be a Shino Blanque. Shino Blanque. I can't change perspectives. Because it's paused. So looking at the item, Sobek actually went with an Iron Mail right off the bat. He didn't mess around. He's not going for boots or...
Yeah, knowing that it had to be Arachne or Bakasura in there, I mean, again, with the true damage Bakasura, that really doesn't do too much. I mean, he gives it a little bit of health. That's obviously where he's going from there, but...
Yeah, but he gets the same from Vamp Shroud, the same amount of health.
Yeah, it's kind of where the protection's not going to do him very... not going to do justice with that Bakasura true damage. McSherbert actually looks like the one that DC'd out. Maybe the running away from the spiders got him scared. So
he was lagging. I think that's actually how he got away, as it seemed. It's like they thought they were hitting him, but his client said, "No, you're not hitting me. I'm very far away from you guys." And so the servers didn't know what to do. So they're like, "You know what? You're out. We just have no idea what to do with you. Sorry, bro. You're done." So we'll be waiting for him to load back in. Hunbat's going with the boots and Hog, not going for Hog 2. So he's going to be looking probably for an early rotation, especially now that he didn't get that speed. He's going to need to rotate for the back camps, maybe going to go leech off some mid-wave if he doesn't stay too long in the solo lane. He could stick around, though, and just leech it from solo, but that would thus put his Sobek behind even further, as they did lose that speed camp. So maybe leeching off mid or even just doing back harpies is going to be the better option for him to kind of distribute the damage that they took in that early invade. So over here in the duo lane, though, it's going to be interesting to see a Jablanc up against a Kronos, because Kronos is well known for being a late-game monster, and so is Jablanc. So it's going to be, I'd say it's pretty much going to be who jumps on who first. If Jablanc can get a good bit of poison darts and start really hitting it out, then Kronos is going to be forced to back up. If he can force out the ultimate from Kronos, then he's going to be a really bad spot, and he's going to look to escape. But Kronos has the easier initiation because he can use the time stop to get you know, everybody's stunned, then he can just blow them up and just use auto attacks the entire time. And if he dives too deep, he can use his ultimate to rewind time and go back. So he's definitely got that anti-chase kind of condition in his kit.
Yeah, Chrono's ultimate early game is just a pain to deal with because no one has the burst early game. You know, level 5 Shablanka doesn't have the burst to bring him down, but late game Shablanka will. So we'll see what happens in that match because Chronos will be the big focus. Looks like the blue team, Dicey and Zany over here taking that mana camp as well. So got a steal on both camps, it looks like, from the red team. It's going to put them a little behind as they're both level 2. Looks like the red team has a little catching up to do on this side of the map.
Yep, they just hit level 2 right now. Blue team is probably going to be hitting 3 very shortly. Arachne about 1-2 minions away. The rest of this wave is going to put her up to 3. Bucks are already 3. There goes Arachne. Hunbat's going to be rotating onto the middle lane. Does he have his hog available? He does currently. It's not on cooldown, so he can. They're probably going to rotate from this to back camps as soon as he clears out these few minions. Gets those couple. They're actually doing a little bit of poke damage on top of Zhonghui, but they're going to go ahead and fall back, go to those top left back camps. Arachne now taking her own speed buff, so she's just working on keeping her lead, doing what she should be doing, which is nursing that additional gold and additional experience as fast as she can so she can be 5 when the mid camps come up and be able to better contest them to, you know, sway the fight into their benefit. But Jablanc doing a great job at clearing the wave out here. Chronos playing very far back, shockingly. I mean, like, so far back, he's
just scared to get pulled as he doesn't really have a lot of mobility. He has no escape other than that time stop to, you know, stun people. So if he does get pulled and he gets a big, you know, bunch of poison darts on him and he takes a poke, he could be in trouble early. So Chronos is trying to play it safe until he gets his ultimate up. Then he's probably not going to be as scared. It's like, oh, we'll rewind time and get attitude.
Yeah, he'll hit 5 right after this wave. Oh, but Athena does get grabbed. Not quite the target Sylvanas wanted because she's going to be able to charge up that dash and get on out of there. She's going to be heading towards mid camps as they will be coming up in about 10 seconds. So, looks like Blue's really set up for the left. They got Zhonghui and Athena on the left side, Arachne and Boxura on the right. They have a pair for each. The 2 men are kind of waffling on whether they want to do rights or not, and they're immediately going to get taken by the Boxura. Over on the left side, Athena's going to use Hand of the Gods and steal those as well. So both mid-camps going to the blue team. Very nice coordination and planning on that. Now the junglers, supports, and everybody's going to have a party in the mid lane where they're going to discuss tactics and about how lovely Athena looks and how much she would like them to come and fight her. Because
they're really discussing how they don't want to be in the fight. Because 2 of the 3 members in mid for red are poor. And that beats Sylvanas and Eastmont, and without that ultimate there in this episode. And here we go. I had to hit L because...
Me too. Lots of ghosts coming out. Not going to be enough to clean anyone up. Zhonghui in quite a bit of danger himself. He did take quite a bit of poke. He even took a tower shot. And so he's going to be falling back from that. Going to go ahead and head back to base, pick up some boots so he can be a little faster on that first uptake. But he's actually going to stack up here on the back Harpies, using the card and the heal. That's a very nice thing about Zhonghui is that he's a very up-in-your-face mage. He's another very frontline-esque kind of god. The Sylvanas pull is good. The ultimate is good. And Arachne will be forced to use her ultimate to escape. So that original initiation kind of turned around as the sustain from Sylvanas proves itself to be as a pain in the ass as it always is.
Some crazy engagements going on right there as both teams, you know, went and try to do something in the mid lane, but the team really able to take advantage. No first blood on the board just yet, but some good fights. Recall demons maybe used a little bit too close to the tower, as you said, used some tower shots, had to back up, and Arachne maybe just staying too far out there and got pulled by some lines. I can all of them get her way out, but it is a get out of jail free card as Chronos will get his attack speed bump here in a second. He has Doom Orb going, so he is looking for that early damage contention as he'll start stacking already. Shablanka will back him, like get his dev gloves, so he can start his stacking. But Chronos already at 10 Doom Orb stacks. This is going to have to be something that Boombots is going to have to take care of, because that is just going to help Chronos clear the wave so much easier than Shablanka. Yes, his clear isn't the best to begin with as is.
The kind of the problem is taking a mage in the ADC role is the fact that there is no blue buff, so you've got to kind of sustain yourself with early MP5 items. So Kronos getting that Doom Orb isn't really too shocking because it's going to allow him to just stay in the wave and tidy up, clean things up, and he'll definitely have a mana for his ultimate should it be necessary. Using that time step to try and back up the minions as much as he can, stack up the minions. And so now they're going to be pushing the wave a little bit. Kronos looking to rotate around, possibly pick up some extra hits or whatnot on other gods. Arachne going for the red camp.
Let's say, speaking of mana, looks like Sobek lost his blue buff as Arachne and Bakasura were able to clean that up. So poor Sobek hasn't seen his blue buff in 6 minutes, and he'll have to wait till about the 10-minute mark until he can attempt to see that blue buff for the first time in this game. As mid camp spawn in about 10 to 15 seconds here. That web is still on the right-hand side, as Arachne put that up there way earlier at the first mid camp. So that's still up there, and that's a great decoy. And she'll throw another web on top of it, and she'll take the right-hand side for herself, more likely, as left-hand side will be initiated on. I don't know who got those exactly, but Sylvanas with a miss ult and grabs no one, as there was no one really there to ult, as they both got dropped into the portal. So a little misplay there.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of annoying as a Sylvanas, or as a Giannis, is that you see the opportunity to put somebody in a portal and you want to secure some damage onto them, so you do it immediately. And sometimes people just aren't prepared for that, so it happens, and they're like, "Well, crap, I ulted."
Yeah, a little team coordination is all that is. Just talking, hey, you know, I'm gonna ult versus, you know, I'm gonna portal. You got to say what you're gonna do, and the other person has to be like, no, or yes.
Mm-hmm. Team communication is key. Kronos having the better advantage of this left lane clear with that stacking up with minions. He's not really afraid. He's throwing out the time stop, but is unable to get some, taking quite a bit of damage here from the Jablanc. Athena coming back to support her mate there, and just going to charge up that taunt, charge up the dash, and scare them back some. Arachne sitting here in the wilderness looking for it. There she's coming in. She's going for it, and she's not going to turn around. Minions are coming in. She didn't get the web out in time to really get a slow off. Jablanc would have had his dash up as well, so it would have been a kind of a failed engagement at that. But there's the web. It does miss. She's going to take some poison darts to the face and back away. Smart play there by Arachne. She doesn't dive too deep. It's too early to be, you know, diving towers. Especially with 0-0 on the boards, you don't want to be that first blood because you've gotten too aggressive and just thrown away a lead.
Yeah, first blood's still a lot of gold, and it's still early in the game, less than 10 minutes. That is still going to be one of those important factors if he gets it. It'd be nice to see, you know, Blue Bots or something that maybe might be a little bit further behind because of those early camps that got taken. You know, get that first blood, he'll be looking for it so we can catch back up to Arachne, who's about a level ahead of him.
Yeah, we got the mid-camp grouping for no particular reason. They're all just kind of hanging around here. Mid-camps aren't up for like another 30, 40 seconds. So, we'll see. There's the dash. There's the taunt. Is the Jablanc going to go, or Zhonghui going to go with his ult? He is now that the Fear No Evil came out. He is doing quite a bit of damage. Gets some more down. Arachne looking for the Hunbats, but unable to find it, and they're going to play it safe back out here. Zhonghui is going to grab the souls there, try and redeem himself some health, and gonna head back to base soon. Or Athena's actually just gonna ult on top of him. It looks like over in the backside, Arachne able to clean up. Hunbats kind of caught out of position. Bakasura rotated over there. Yet another speed buff going the way of possibly blue side, and they are able to get it. Athena coming in here now, looking to help out. They get the taunt to Sylvanas, but not on the Giannis, who is immediately cleaned up by Zhonghui. Now Sylvanas is
also good now.
Oh, the lagginess! What in the world?
Well, Sobek was able to clean up the Arachne actually on the right-hand side as Pop Perfect Water is.
I think Heavy Hammer's breaking the servers. That's the only explanation.
Well,
as soon as somebody hits them with the Heavy Hammer, it's like, oh, we don't know what to do, and so we're just gonna lag you out, sir. So you kind of get away. Blue buff going the way of blue side yet again on that invade. So 100% control from Bakasura on the enemy blue buff. Very frustrating for the solo back, as it would be. He would surely love a blue buff, but nay. Hunbat's getting those right mids, going to be cleaning up the left now, getting himself back into this game. Still about, what, a level behind? Nope, he's actually even at the moment. He does give up the left ones, because Athena and...
one of them, as he probably, his hog was down, it looks like. So
yeah.
Secure those.
So, Arachne now kind of getting caught up 2 by Hunbats. So some good plays there despite the rough early game. 2-1 in favor of the blue team at the moment. And we'll see Sylvanas over there trying to get some experience by sitting next to the wall. Or, I don't know what he's... That's the best thing I think he's doing, but he's lagging everywhere. Yep, it's Heavy Hammer. Heavy Hammer's broken.
Well, you know, once they nerf it, hopefully servers stop lagging. So.
Exactly. That's what will make this all better.
I mean, that's what's going to make the game better. Heavy Hammer, OP, every aspect of it.
Yep. It's not necessarily per se OP, but it's just damn frustrating. Because if you get that one character that just sticks to you, that just can do damage and heal or do whatever the hell he feels like, wow, please stop. Please, no, stop. Please, no, stop. I mean, Boxer got the best of all this deal because he's got the Butcher Blades, which gives him true damage, so it's not like he really needs to build damage to, you know, hurt you. It's just like, I'll follow you around and just beat the crap out of you for no good reason other than the fact that I have a Heavy Hammer.
Yeah, like you said, blue team, though, with 100% camp control on the right-hand side. Kind of surprised to haven't seen a counter-invade come out from the bots in the Giannis to maybe go ahead and try to take their speed from blue when they've gone on their side, as they need to figure out something and get some wards to get the timers down. But the engagement popping over here on the left-hand side. 3 members of red team here. The grab. This is from Sylvanas, and he's wasted on Kronos. The portal will hit. Sylvanas will ultimate, but I don't think that's really going to do too much. Zonkwe comes from the other side. The Recall Demon's pop is going to do a ton of damage onto that Giannis.
Arachne looking for the cleanup. She misses, coming down out of her ultimate. There's the Fear No Evil from Hunbats. Looking for the Arachne, but Kronos coming in there doing what Kronos does and just starts wiping the map with everybody, using his ultimate to get out of danger. And now McSherbet goes down to Zhonghui. Kronos going back in for some more, but Jablanc and Sylvanas forced to back away. The heal used, and that's the disengagement of that fight. Yeah,
they're going for Gold Fury. They're pinging up Boxer, who is rotating the mid. Not even hanging out in solo land. He's everywhere on the map right now. That's going to be a free Gold Fury for the blue team. Put them ahead by about 4,000 gold. And Kronos, like you said, just doing Kronos things. His ultimate is down, so he does have to be a little careful not to take too much damage and get pulled in the tower, but he'll walk away and place a ward for a few measures to make sure nothing happens.
Kronos is like that guy in a fighting game that you take him all the way down and then suddenly he gets another life, and then, you know, you have to go through a second guy before you can really win the game. Just super annoying. Gotta go through 2 health bars. So if you go to fight against a Kronos who has not used his ultimate, either you better have a serious amount of CC and be prepared to blow him the hell up, or expect to be fighting him for a bit and have to go through 2 health bars worth of his life.
Yeah, and during that 1 health bar, you can typically take out 3/4 of your HP if you're just straight boxing them, especially at the ADC. And then when he does go ahead and get that extra life, you're at 3/4 HP, or, you know, 1/4 HP, and he's full, so now you're dead. And never fun time. Well, Wine Boy just dropping portals on everybody as Arachne can fall in and she'll just walk away. No real damage done there. He's just kind of hanging out in tower. He is 2 levels behind Zonkwe, who has a couple kills on the board right now. Zonkwe with 2 of the 4 kills.
Ooh, Zonkwe gets rooted. He gets pulled under tower. Will there be any kind of follow-up? No, there is no Wrath of Terra, as it was available, but he opted not to use it just then. They saw that they didn't really have the opportunity to burst him. I think they kind of could have gone on that, though. I mean, Hunbats was right around there. He could have thrown his ultimate right out in front of Zhonghui, pushing him back further into tower. If you use the Wrath of Terra to give the Hunbats time to set up and get close enough to use it, then that could have been a very, very dead Zhonghui, and he would have just been out of position for that particular engagement because he's a little too close, especially to 3 people here, but he is not too worried as he's got at least 2 levels on the highest level on their team. But Hunbat's doing very well, keeping up with Arachne, despite the rest of his team's kind of struggle to get that experience, as Kronos and Arachne are going to be going over to get the attack speed buff. It's going to be a 3-man split on the Reds' attack speed buff side, and then over in the middle lane, Athena and Zhonghui just pressuring up the wave. Giannis being forced to lose some gold to tower, and just blue team doing what they're doing. Gradually going around, giving everybody their buffs, stealing buffs as the opportunity arises, and keeping control of this map. The ward control is very good. Both teams have just a ton of wards on the map, so there's not really a lot I can say about that to really mention anything. Kronos going into what looks... He's got an enchanted ring, probably going into a demonic grip. Or what would you say he's going into?
Maybe the Teleki's ring. Or, I mean, but I'd more or less say demonic grip. It's just typically better with attack speed.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Reduce the protection of your enemies with basic attacks and all that. So it's pretty much the item to go with, especially if you're building an agency.
Chrono's doing great, though. He's still got his 50 stacks. Arachne coming in behind the Sobek. Shadow Wolfie gonna be in some trouble. Uses Tail Whip to get her off, and then throws her under tower. Arachne gonna be forced to use her ultimate to get out and ensure that she does not take any more tower damage. Bakasura is gonna be going in deep, taking as much tower damage as he needs. And there it goes. He's gonna be able to take out the Sobek on the right side using that ultimate. Now he's gonna hop on out. As he managed to get out of tower range, so the minions took the aggro. Now he gets a free tower as well. So very nice play there from Arachne and Bakasura. Nice kind of bait and switch on that engagement tactic.
Sobek only died one time, but he'll lose the tower because of that one death. It's never fun when that happens. That's the first time you've made didn't even really make a mistake. He did a great toss back on Arachne. She just got out of there with her ultimate as...
Kronos in some serious trouble. He used his rewind a little too early. Athena going in on top of him. He already used his ultimate, so he is going to die to a Giannis who comes portaling right through. Catches that ultimate into the face. Here comes the Athena trying to get out, but Jablanc able to follow it up. Now Arachne and Zhonghui are here. They're going to be able to clean up the Giannis. They're trying to go onto the Hunbats, able to pick him up with the Recall Demons, and there the Sobek gets over just a little bit too late. Not going to be able to follow up for a kill on the Zhonghui or the Arachne.
Ended up just being a 2-for-2 trade. Don't really know who would have came out on top of that as the ADC support on the left. The blue team goes down. Mid laner and the Zhonghui go down.
I would give that a win for the red team, though. They got Kronos' stacks cut in half. They also gave Jablanc a stack on his passive, so that just kind of... It teetered that seesaw a little bit further back towards the red team's side. 7-3, though. The blue team's currently in the lead. Zhonghui clearing out some wards, maybe trying to feign that they're doing Gold Fury. The red team should be aware that they don't really have the manpower to do it right now, as everybody's just coming back up and heading back to their lanes and their waves. But Kronos picking up the demonic grip. Now he's got half stacks on his Doom Orb, but he's going to be quickly filling those up as there's free waves over on the left side. Jablanc still trying to do stuff over here to Arachne, who's just pretty far out. Bakasura also pretty darn far out of position. He's going to jump over and barely not get touched by the grasp from Sylvanas. The Spear of the Magus done for Zhonghui, so he's going to be putting out a good bit of damage. Why do there have to be so many gods with Z's in their name in this game? That's my question. Actually, Jablanc doesn't really count as a Z, but you say it like a Z.
Well,
Please.
blue team able to sneak in a Gold Fury as the Sentry Ward was down for blue, and I guess red just didn't really feel like they could contest it over there as Sylvanas' Blink is down, so nothing to really do. Humbot's putting himself though in a little bit of a bad spot trying to go that deep around that side, but doesn't get punished for it as the rest of the team decided to retreat. Bakasura not even in solo lane anymore. He's just kind of taking jungle camps. I'm level 18 and kind of do what I want over here. Sobek, though, at 19 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, will see his first blue buff of the game. On the right
He's so happy!
He's like, I got my blue buff.
At this point, I don't really need it because I have so much mana and health. But you know what? It's very nice. He's got that lovely, lovely mystical mail. Really keeping up his health and going to be able to try and deter Bakasura from going on him quite so hard. But Zhonghui trying to get some damage onto the Giannis. Right mid camp's going to be going the blue. They have 2 men there already.
Yeah, blue team is just doing a good job controlling the map, getting almost every camp that they can. I think the only camps that have pretty much gone the red team's way are their red and their attack speed buff pretty much as blue will look to initiate this. Oh, there's preemptive strike into a taunt. Bees used on Yan. Oh no, Bees not.
No, it's just his ult.
It's his ultimate, yeah. So I saw him starting Kamehameha. So he'll just burst his way out of there. That's a Giannis ult down, and he is building into some CDR right now in the boot, so it'll be up relatively shortly. Doesn't have the Chrono spending going from the top. So we're more likely to see that as Athena will just dive in. That time the beads are used as ultimate is counted. She knew it. So that time Giannis had a pop bead. So Athena with 2 taunts gets Giannis ultimate down and beads down. So win for blue team.
Savon is looking for a pull on Song Hui, unable to find it. They do catch Arachne in a root, but no follow-up really. Trying to get whatever damage they can onto ZK, but he is a big fat man, and he's going to be back up to full health as soon as that next wave hits.
Yeah, he's got 72 stacks on Warlocks, and Boombots doesn't even have full crit online, so it's going to be Song Hui's relatively tanky target.
Even missing half the wave with his... Whoa, what in the heck? That was a funny, like, strange...
Bakasura in mid tower just going to take it out, but as there's 1 minion, but he'll end up taking aggro, he'll have to switch out. Sobek coming over, see if he can get a pull. Oh, he ends up pulling spiders. He attempted to go in there, but big engagement, recall defense, use Fear No Evil, all the ultimates being popped. Kronos rewinds, but at the bottom line is that Song Hui able to pick up another kill. The grab, though, on top of Bakasura. He's taking tower shots, he needs to get out. But he will escape, though, and in the end, all those ultimates used, and Song Hui able to pick up his 5th kill of the match, get himself stacked up to 80.
Going to be really rough taking on this Song Hui. He's with a Warlock sash that's almost done at 21 minutes. He's very, very healthy. With that Spear of the Magus as well. Once he finishes, I believe he's next going to go back and get a Bancrofts to help his sustain even further. Because he just wants to get all of the life from everyone whenever he recalls.
I wouldn't even be surprised if he went to a Divine Ruin just to go ahead and cancel out Sylvanas healing, Sobek healing, and any lifesteal that Mayday gets. I would imagine that it's an option. I don't know if he'll go into it or not. I personally think that would be a good deal. You know, cut down on Sylvanas heals, cut down on Sobek heals, cut down on the lifesteal that the Hunter has. Always a good option, but we'll see what he decides to go with. But one of those lifesteal items that you said could be used, or purchased, I should say. As Arachne now decided to go ahead and dive towers, and again, force some beads out on Giannis. This means free tower for them in the mid, so they've now collected tier 1 mid, tier 1 right hand side, so just doing things on the red team is just has to pull it together somehow and get a kill.
Ooh, over on the right side, you got Arachne, or on the mid lane, Arachne tower diving and just taking kills. Athena using her ult, Defender of Olympus, to help her mitigate wounds and not take so much damage. LeBlanc rotating towards mid lane. They're going to pound this Arachne. There goes the poison darts. Lots of auto attacks, but will she be able to keep up with the damage? There it is, the Rising Jaguar, and Sylvanas able to pick it up with the last auto attack. So kind of disappointing for the LeBlanc, as, you know, building up passive stacks is fantastic where it comes to pain, but alas, not today.
Sylvanas kind of having a little bit of a rough game just on the fact that his ultimate is missing, and it's not really his fault. He just has a missed time with the portal on Giannis, and then that time, Arachne ended up going up into her ultimate, so didn't connect on anyone. So a few missed ults on Sylvanas, but not really his fault. He's trying to time it right, as blue team will attempt to start this Gold Fury, but their line of Venus is there by herself, so maybe she's just holding still.
Ward's still looking pretty good, though. Everybody's got... Red team's got their right side. They're like, we know what, we're tired of these invades. I've got the entire jungle completely warded. You're not touching my blue, you're not touching my speed. Stay away. LeBlanc doing great with the Kronos to stop timing. As soon as she gets hit by it, Rebe using her Rising Jaguar to get the CC immunity at the top end and prevent herself from getting stunned. Over on the right, they're looking to, or left, they're looking to clean up somebody. They catch Song Hui in the portal. He does use the bead, so the Fear No Evil will be rather useless, but where did Kronos just go?
Lagging along, and this is going down as the portal pops down. Nina will be the one. Oh, great toss back by the Sobek. Rockets are able to clean up the monkey. He'll use his ultimate. Regurgitate is out, and looks like Rebe will go ahead and take the death on that matter. Honestly, a lot of low health bars in the red team. Kronos using beads offensively to get the cooldowns back. We'll see what happens. Bakasura using beads offensively to get cooldowns back, and nothing really made of that. You know, some beads wasted for really no reason, but they'll get the gold fury out of that.
Kronos was looking for that kill. There's the ultimate. Oh, nails them, but unfortunately not quite able to steal the Gold Fury. Just put it in threshold for that Hog 3. So, valiant attempt. unfortunately not successful. 11-4, 25 minutes into the game. Currently, the blue team has about a 10,000 gold lead. 9,300 to be exact. They're just steadily climbing up. Steadily climbing up. This Bakasura, level 20, doing tons of work. Rotating everywhere, causing just havoc. Kronos on the duo lane side of things, also level 20 and being thoroughly annoying. But I was watching Kronos in that engagement just a minute ago, and suddenly he disappeared. He doesn't have a blink. He has a combat blink. That's where he disappeared to. So that was a little shocking. Another minute and a half and that cooldown.
Kronos doesn't really have a lot of mobility. Let's get some get out of jail free card. If he uses speed, that he uses combat blink, he can pretty much get out of anything.
Yeah, between his ult.
That 3-minute cooldown.
It does, but I mean, these team fights are very spread out, stuff like that. So if it saves his life at one critical time, it can save the game, or get him a kill, or do many other things. So there's no, I would not give any kind of deterrent to picking up a combat blink in the right situations. It's a very good pickup, especially for somebody like Kronos, because if it's down, he's still got his rewind, and so he can use that as his initial escape. He'll just play a little bit more safe. When he does have the combat blink up, he can just go ham. If he's got his combat blink up and his ult, he will be at your backline just going nuts until you force him to use one of the two, and then he'll start playing a little bit safer, and then once both are down, he'll just be like, all right, guys, I'm back here. You can call me when we're ready to fight some more, and you're ready to really cover me.
The red team counter warding, it looks like it's Fire Giant right now. We'll see. This is probably going to be the next big engagement point. At 27 minutes in the game, Regurgitate is on top of the Hoonbots. The monkey has to beat in order to jump out of there. And we'll see if they're able to capitalize on the Bakasura, but they got away scot-free. Nothing used. Uh-oh, on the left-hand side, looks like Rebe might be in some trouble as Cracky came around the backside. Kronos now chasing. Let's see if able to get. Oh, there's the combat blink used offensively. He's used, popped out. We'll see if Rebe can get out of this one.
Oh, the fist attempted to be used too, but wasn't quite close enough to get that.
Run, Rebe! Oh no, Nightcrawler used offense to chase him and Rebe just running for her life. Wasn't able to do anything, but on the right-hand side, the whole time it looks like blue team is now counter-warded, and Zhonghui thought they were doing Fire Giant, maybe they're not. Not too sure.
They can't quite decide what they want to do here. They're definitely trying to bait out a fight. They pull in. Oh my goodness, Wine Boy goes down so fast to Bakasura. Bakasura trying to get out of there. The Heavenly Agility use so he can run fast and get away. He will be able to survive. Going to run to the lane, eat a minion, and come back into the engagement. Athena just loves poking this Fire Giant. She doesn't really believe that he should be untargeted. Hunbat's going over here to the right side. He's going to look for that monkey bounce to see if it'll bounce onto Bakasura, but it won't. Instead, they're going to turn their attention over to Sylvanas on the right side. That is the Hog 3 is going to be down. Now they're going to turn their attention to Hunbat's. Time stop used, but unfortunately missed. Arachne going super deep and decides at the last second to turn around. Now they're going to turn their attention to the Sobek, who is quite dead. Fear No Evil used unsuccessfully to save his life. It was just a second off. And now it's going to be yet another Fire Giant, as Athena did back, gets full health, so she's going to land right on top of that, trying to help them do some extra damage onto the Fire Giant, and now the dance will begin. Magi's popped on Arachne by the lovely Fire Giant sword, and actually Bakasura gets taken out, but it won't be enough to prevent them from getting Fire Giant. However, it'll be a big person that they really don't have to worry about with a Fire Giant buff, so that's nice for the red team. A good save, and will extend this game a little bit further. Hopefully they can make something of it.
Well, red team has 3 tier 2s left, and this is the situation where you can give those towers up, but you don't want to give them Phoenix. So when it comes down to it, they've got Fire Giant for 4 minutes. Let them use it. They're going to take your towers. You're going to be a little behind. If you can get a pick somewhere, get a pick. But at this point in time, you got to defend Phoenixes. Those are more important. Those tier 2s. Let Fire Giant wear off. Attempt to regroup at the next Fire Giant in 5 minutes. It should be coming up roughly the 34-minute mark. They have to have that timer down on lock, prepared for an FT fight there.
I like what the red team is doing. I mean, they're running through all the buffs that they have up. So like, Hunbat's taking the attack speed buff. It's just the closest thing we got it. Take it. Because
they
with
have to
them
get
with
that.
Fire Giant buff, they're going to be going into your jungle and trying to control everything. So you just want to get every little ounce of experience you can find, and then just be prepared. They're gonna look to fight at tier 2s ever so slightly. They don't really want to fight, but they do want to poke and try and deter them from just walking in freely and taking these tier 2 towers.
Yeah, you
So
never
the
want
longer they can stall it, the
towers.
better.
That's really what it comes down to, is stall tactics at this point, as it looks like the grouping will be on the right-hand side. Chrono's still on the left-hand side, so one member of Red will have to make sure that left tower is defended, as this tier 2 on the right one looks to be free, as there's no one defending it. We'll see what ends up happening. They just can't let this right Phoenix go. They've got to make sure that if they're going to give up the tower, that it's tier 2 in mid. And looks like Red is kind of just convinced that, hey, we'll just let you get towers and then take our Phoenixes. But Chronos took the tier 2 on the left extremely quickly, and he's working his way to Phoenix on the left. So decisions have to be made on the red team that have to be made quickly.
Oh, the combat blink used. Chronos getting out of danger, putting a little bit of pressure on the left Phoenix. So it's going to force them to give up that mid tier 2 tower. Now they can group up and look to attack the left Phoenix as a group. And red team, Hunbat's deciding to go back. Nope. There's definitely agility. They're going to be diving deep. The ultimate used by Jablanc, trying to keep Zhong Hui from really seeing what's going on, but he's going to be sitting there at the Phoenix, just tanking things as well as shooting out. They will take out the Phoenix, and they will take out Hawaiian Boy. Bakasura very deep on that backside. Shadow Wolfie getting taken out on the front side. He was unable to really follow up on any more damage. Mid Phoenix going to be their next target, as Athena has taken that. Bakasura going back for a minion to eat, and then he will come back in. Mid Phoenix just gets absolutely destroyed. And now right Phoenix.
Yeah, sadly these team fights just haven't gone in the direction of Red. They really just haven't had either the burst damage or maybe a few missed abilities here or there have really caused them to not be able to capitalize on any of the Blues' mistakes. The Blues made a couple mistakes that just haven't capitalized on it because of either some missed ultimates or missed abilities here or there. And, well, exactly what I said can happen did happen, as the Fire Giant is still on Blue team, and, well, it looks like they took all the Phoenixes and all the tier 2s. And they still got 30 seconds on Fire Giant. So, exactly what you didn't want to happen has happened. Red team now in a dire situation, just has to sit back and height. More likely the next offensive attack will be as Athena will just charge in, Bakasura will eat a minion, heal up, and they might just look to end here as they've got about 15 seconds on FG and try to make a stand.
Yeah, I mean, they still got Jablanc down, so now's a great time to roll in there, but they're going to let this slide for a little bit. They're going to lose the Fire Giant. They're going to worry about taking that Gold Fury as they're running back that way. Red team can't do anything about it as they are defending from Space Invaders walking into their base. So it's... I don't want to necessarily call it a misplay, but I think they should have just fought and taken that Titan.
They could have. Blue team just playing a little bit safer. I don't know if they're going to try to wait for the next FG and just end it that way. More than likely, they could have finished the game right there. It seemed like they had the advantage, and they had the team fight presence available with Athena. Everyone there. I mean, Athena did ult back into that fight, so I thought that they were going to try to end it. But 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds, 20 actually, until the Fire Giant comes up. So maybe they'll look just to get FT one more time, as Red Team is just scouring the lanes, trying to make sure the Fire minions don't attack the Titan.
Right now, all of Red Team's wards have run out in the jungle, so they don't have any real vision on the Blue Team, and so they know Fire Giant's coming up shortly, but they also have no idea where they are. If they go and try and check Fire Giant, you could risk, them just running through the back door and running down the Titan real fast.
Well, Bakasura can do that himself. Yeah, honestly, it comes down to it. Bakasura gets deep in here, hit on the Titan, and probably take down a half. But Blue Team has decided to go with the Fire Giant route. They'll group up, and Bakasura gonna take a blue buff because he can.
Your
Like, I'm
Titan
hungry.
is under attack.
I'll eat this blue buff minion.
The two most powerful warriors.
They spent too much time, it looked like, looking around the jungle for the enemy team, and they're going to find them all walking down the mid lane as the minions are just flowing in from the right, left, and center. This looks like it's going to be Blue Team's game to lose if they can't win this fight.
Red's under attack.
Titan at 60% health already. Recalls humans. Ultimates start coming out left and right as in Exorcism. Just such a cool ability by Zhong Hui. He's just murdering everybody. Bakasura spitting out minions. Ray Bay does pick up the kill on Bakasura, but that will be the end of that game as the Titan does fall.
So, pretty well played by both teams. Red just kind of on the losing end of the map control. They were definitely getting pushed out of their own jungle. It was really preventing the solo and jungler to get ahead or even stay even. Bakasura was just roaming around doing whatever he felt like, which helped get the lanes that weren't doing as awesomely. Like, solo and jungle were just on top of everything. So, you know, they were able to rotate, help out mid, help out the duo lane, and further put their own team ahead, thus securing them the victory. So, 20-6 is the final score. Very nice game there. So,
Yeah, red team had it would have been a different game with just a few opportunities. I mean, maybe one or two goal periods go red way. They get a couple better team fights. They're able to get a pick here or there. Really does turn the game around and maybe turns it into a longer game that goes the red team's way. But just blue team able to keep control of that map pretty much the first 20 minutes of the game, as you saw.
yep, looks like top damage going to be going to...
Kronos,
Drumroll,
I'd
please.
imagine?
Drumroll! It looks like Kronos. They're all
Kronos
very
with
close.
24K.
Yep.
Kronos with 24K. Right underneath that is Rebe for the red team at 23,000. Bakasura doing Bakasura things at 22,000 as well. And then 22K coming out from Zhanghui. But yeah, damage very even across the board. Like I said, it was a close match, as you said. It was a couple opportunities here or there could have really turned some fights.
Yep. Definitely. Looking at the build, though, Zhonghui did go into... What did he... Did he sell
went
his...
high to the urchin.
He sold his... He ended up selling his tiny trinket.
Yeah, didn't want the lifesteal, doesn't really need it, I guguess. Felt that he was fine at 5-0, wanted to get tankier. So, in a sense, they had two frontliners. They had Zhonghui, they had Athena, as he had 7 assists. So, you know, maybe
He's
trying
like,
to
I'm not too worried about it.
Red.
Lifesteal unnecessary. Kronos' build. Ooh. Tahuti, do more demonic grip. He's just... His abilities were hitting like a truck. You saw him get a time rift on 2 people under the Phoenix, and it put them from half to almost nothing. So he was blowing people up. Athena going with that winged blade, helping her prevent slows. So
Winged blade is an item I've fallen in love with, honestly. Just such a good item, especially having a support character or any type of support-esque character that you plan on being.
Very much so. Very much so. So, our 8 p.m. game actually getting ready to start up pretty soon, as we have all the people in their channels. So, we're just going to kind of hang out here for a minute, chit-chat, and wait for them to get started. So,